Peace, Soul Tribe. Yours truly, Ivory's Tarot. Ivory Soul's Journeys messages. Raw messages. Just message. Hey, I can't help it. I'm a messenger. Welcome back, everybody. Now, this live stream is intended for information, clarification, and confirmation only. Mixed with a little entertainment. That's it. Take what resonates, take what you like, take what you don't like, take what sounds like it's something pertaining to you, or you ain't got to take nothing at all. You ain't got to believe nothing. This man, I say, what's up, Keith? Can you hear me? You ain't got to believe. Sit, I say. I promise you. That's why it's got the ENT at the beginning, at the end. Thank you, Kiki. Entertainment purposes. But I'm not here for entertainment. That's just for the algorithm and YouTube to let me in. Other than that, I'm not here to entertain. Y'all see the title of the video. So for those that are coming here to see some cards, you might see one. But I'm not here for the cards. The channel is not just about cards. Now, I done told you so. If you're waiting on some tarot cards and some oracle cards, come back. Or there's 1,700 plus more videos. I guarantee you one of them going to resonate with you. That I do guarantee. But for this live stream, I'm not going to I don't like being the type of person that, be like, I told you so. I have to, give me 1 second. First, I'm going to get some more coffee. And then I have to get something. Hold on for a second. I got you. Be right back. Hit the like button. Y'all come on in here. Come on now. Quit playing. Come on in. Let's talk. Let's talk. Y'all want to talk? We do that. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a quick. And I shall return. There's a package in my mailbox. I guess I'll come back. I'll get it. All right, here I come, y'all. See, this all raw, unedited. I'm not finna bleep nothing out and then come back here. I'm gonna be right here. So if you're here for the cards, I might pull one. But that's not what I'm here for. And I'm definitely not here for somebody to just, believe in my point of view or how I see shit. But I told y'all there's 3 world leaders So we done had the Pope. This is all. Anyway, so we had the Pope, and it won't be long. Just like anybody else that gets old. Yep. We leave from here. Don't ever think that you're here to stay. Oh, man, I forgot to turn on the AC. You ain't here forever. You got to leave and then come back. You just can't stay here. Not on this planet. You got to leave, come back. You can't stay here forever. So, for those that might like to say, send out love and light to, Joe Biden, his family, y'all can, I'm sure some of y'all, but that's not really what I want to talk about. What I really want to talk about is basically how God, I say God because I'm sure that 90-something% of this channel, and it's a small channel, are Christians. Right? Moderators, anybody that comes in, this is not a trolling channel, y'all. Other than that, I don't have no time. Block. So that's why I said God first. And then I got slash. That go the Sergeant at Arms right there. What's up, Shamika? When God universe mocked America and us. When I tell you that this country, man, is at the core, C-O-R-E, is at the core process, the core motion, all the way at the core of being totally transformed. Change. A lot of shit in the end, y'all. If you don't like endings, this is not the time to be living. If you don't like change, this is not the time to be living. Because that's all you're getting ready to get. In every aspect of your human experience, your human existence, meaning while you still alive here, there's getting ready to be some major changes. Some of these changes, these major changes, is going to affect you on a global level. Some of these major changes are going to affect you on a national level. Some of these major changes are going to affect you on a personal level. Nevertheless, you can expect major changes going forward. All the way back to, I think, March, April last year. I think I was one of the, and still is, one of the very few people who I really, from an energy standpoint, I really appreciate the cosmic. The cosmic is our global or our planetary history map. The cosmic will tell you shit. That, what's up, Denise? That you won't learn from nowhere else. Nature will tell you things that you can't learn at Yale, Harvard, Stanford, whoever, Princeton. Some things you are not going to know unless you are in touch with source. What source? Everything above your head. Everything around you that's not a humanoid or an animal. But they are more in tune with the universe, spirit, source, nature than we humans are now. We used to be like that. Not animals. So now we're at this here time that if I say, okay, as above, so below, people like to use that phrase, but that's good that you're using it. Nothing happens down here before it takes place up there. Nothing happens down here before it takes place up there. They have what is known as the big three religion, the Abrahamic religions, which would be Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All of these make up about 90% of the planet. Okay. And all of these religions believe that there is a higher power up there. You got me? So if that be the case, I ain't here to dispute or debate. But if that be the case, then somebody up there, universe, God, somebody, something, said, you know what? It's time to make a mockery out of earth. But now let's make it a little bit more closer to home. It's time to make a mockery out of America. And it's almost like the universe, it's almost like God is saying, okay, what do these here damn humanoids, what are these damn sinners? What are these damn crazy ass people? The majority of us. What do they want? Now, if you're a Christian, you remember the story with Jesus and who was that, Barabbas or whoever it was, on the other side of the, when he was on trial in the Roman courts. And they says, I think the Roman emperor, whoever, Herod, who do y'all want, Jesus or Barabbas or somebody? They said, give us, what do y'all want me to do with Jesus? His own folks said, what? Crucify him. That's for those that are religious, as far as a Christian. In terms of America, a Christian nation that's so damn rotten at the core that its God says, okay, who do y'all want? I'm just giving y'all some metaphorical. Who do y'all want? Trump or Kamala Harris? Listen to me good, folks. I ain't no politician. I ain't even into that shit. And if you know anything about me, this is the first time in 40 years that I took part in something that y'all call the American voting process, which is a bunch of shit, to be honest with you. I voted for some totally different fucking reasons. Nevertheless, who do you want, Trump or Kamala? Now, I want you to take that, and one of them represents, quote unquote, Jesus, and the other one represents a criminal. And they chose the criminal over Jesus. Listen to me. Just giving you some stories that you can familiarize so you can see where I'm going with this. Trump or Kamala? So if God be all powerful and nothing happens unless, quote unquote, he says something, nobody can get no power, no wealth, nothing, unless God allow you to. So why would God then, quote unquote, according to the majority of the people in this country, why would God say, I'm going to allow what society, a lot of people, I'm going to allow this person to become president as a mockery? Why? Y'all tried to lock him up. I'm going to go against that. Y'all tried to kill him. Y'all tried to bankrupt him. You tried everything. And since y'all hate him that much, I'm going to allow him, a 34-count convict, to become your leader. And what is he going to do? He's going to enforce changes that I allow. Why? Because I'm God. I'm the universe. I'm the high power. Nothing happens down here except it is what? Approved up there somewhere. That's for those who are in this religious mindset, which is the majority of the people that will watch this video. We're going to stay right there. Now we got a situation, folks. Because on this channel that's been blocked, hacked, stalked, I've shared with y'all. I did a video early on this channel that's entitled, Where Do We Go From Here? Simple. Because I knew this shit was coming. You're getting ready to see two things happen fast. Because when transformation and change take place, you can't do nothing but do it. Adapt. At some point, the economy gonna boom. A lot of people gonna make a lot of money. On the other side, a lot of people are gonna lose a lot of shit that they're used to having. American amenities. What am I talking about? If this man cuts, listen, if he keeps going at the rate and the route that he's going, you're going to find out that a lot of shit he's cutting is going to hurt, but God allows it as a mockery. Because why? According to the masses, he shouldn't even be there. So as above, so below, God allowed him to be there. If this man cut things like HUD, Section 8, that's going to cause what? Major changes. That's classic as above. Pluto, 8th house energy. But Pluto is over here in the 11th house. Some people, they wish is going to be coming true because they're going to make a lot of money. And some people are going to be in hopeless situations. That's star in reverse. Pluto represents change, reform, transformation, rebirth. But it also represents endings, including death. Listen to me good, folks. For those of you who come here for the tarot, when you see that card, the death card, a lot of readers don't like to dig into the depths of that energy. They try to stray away from the actual physical aspects of the card in terms of death, physical leaving here. Now I told y'all, I'm gonna say this again. There's 3 world leaders leaving here. Trump's next 4 years is all transformative because for the first time since America was a nation, Pluto is back in the 11th house. As above, so below. And again, okay, hold on. If you're new here, I'm going to read it to you. Give you a little more information so that way you don't have to hear me just say something. Now, I know a lot of us are so religious that we don't think nothing happens up there. We think everything happened in Jerusalem or the Vatican or Mecca. That's bullshit. The universe has been around before your Catholic, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, any other religion. The universe and this planet has been here. You're only talking a few thousand years with some of these religions. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it right quick, y'all. If I can't find it quick, I'm just going to leave it alone. But then I want you to apply this to your life. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Total transformation, folks. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. I can't wait till Mars. I can't wait till Mars get in the 11th house. Doing this here Pluto transit that takes place for 20 years. Total transformation. The whole planet. It may not even be no America or a constitution by the time Pluto leaves the 11th house in 2043, 2044. I'm just going to read something to you. But God in the universe is making a mockery of America. Watch where I go with this and when we end this. Pluto represents, we talking about Pluto. Some of y'all have seen me pull this here. This is my I got like 5 or 6 different ones and a couple of books on astrology, as well as, some other things. But anyway, Pluto represents transformation and rebirth, and will force. Key word is force, and will force us to undergo change when necessary. So if it's not necessary, it ain't gonna happen. You ain't got shit to worry about. Don't be worried about Donald Trump. Don't be worried about all these damn changes. He ain't in control. Right now, the universe, God, source, spirit, and Pluto energy is in control with Venus for the most part. Hold on. Pluto also represents a challenge or power struggle. What's going on in America? Anyway, Pluto also represents a challenge or power struggle. The one who never gives up on an argument. This planet forces us. Don't worry about Trump. Don't worry about the popes. Don't worry about your religious leader. Don't worry about the stock market. Don't worry about none of this shit. Don't even worry about your damn religion at this point. This energy, planet, that's way older than Earth. This planet forces us to confront our shadow self. Not Trump, not the Pope, not your pastor, not your politicians, not your Democrats and Republicans, not your family. No. This planet forces us, you, me, to confront our shadow self, our tempers and passions, and come out stronger. Once you engage with this this planet, you'll never be the same, because it forces you to go through something like ego deaths, dark night of the souls, isolations. And if you resist, now you got mental illnesses, which isn't a bad thing. As long as you learn to roll with the punches. I'm going to pause right there for a second. Don't you sit up here and be tripping over Trump. You shouldn't have been tripping over Biden. You shouldn't have been tripping over Obama. You shouldn't have been tripping over Clinton. You shouldn't have been tripping over Bush. You shouldn't have been tripping over none of them. As long as you learn to roll with the punches. Why? Me, I can't control what goes on in this country physically, but energetically and spiritually I can. And you take enough crazy ass people like me who done just say, you know what? Let me get out of this bubble. Let me get out of this damn box. Let me rise above. And that's what you have to do. You have to leave from this planet so you can look down and be like, damn, this damn place is so damn negative and vibrational. I don't even want to go back down there. Meditate, if you will. I dare you. For the ones who use your gift to astral travel for a crazy ass reason, astral travel and just look back. You're going to see yourself. As long as you learn to roll with the punches and embrace personal evolution, ain't shit you can do. It ain't Trump. He just doing it on a national level. The universe dealing with us individually on a global level. It takes Pluto up to 31 years to change zodiac sign. This one is 20 years, 4 months in the 11th house. And the last time on this land, on this planet, Pluto was in the 11th house, as above, so below. You say history repeats itself? Okay. The last time Pluto was in the 11th house was around 1776. Ring a bell? What they getting ready to celebrate next year? 250-year anniversary. This is the last time Pluto was in the 11th house. Why is this important? Because at the core, in order for there to be change, the universe, God, is making a mockery of America. Because we get so comfortable around these parts and we don't want to change. On a national level, on a political level, and everywhere else in between. So now God's saying, okay, I'm going to take somebody that y'all masses consider a damn fool, a convict, a presidential gangster, and I'm going to make this person president, or I'm going to allow this person to have the power in this country, the one that you don't like, the one that you don't want. But for some strange reason, I don't know if it's serotonins or some kind of universal energetic energy, says we're going to use the majority of the people in their little voting system to vote for this convict. Why? Because it'll be changed. Shit's gonna change. In the Bible, there was a prophet, I think his name was Balak. And God was trying to get Balak attention, but Balak was constantly rejecting, disobeying, whatever. Y'all know how that shit roll. So he had a donkey. So God spoke through the ass, the Bible said, or through the donkey to get Balak's attention. That's Trump. America's Balak. Y'all so far gone that every damn thing that I'm against, y'all down with it. Everything that I'm talking about God, your God. Everything that I'm down with, y'all against it. Everything that I'm against, y'all down with it. But y'all ain't got all power. So I'm going to take what y'all consider a nutcase and that's the only way I'm going to get y'all asses to change. I got to mock you. I got to laugh at you. I allowed a convict. Y'all call him a rapist, Hitler. And God allowed this person to come into the White House. The universe allowed this moment to happen. And what is he doing? He is got the sword of Pluto, changing shit. Why? Because he's not a politician. It never would have happened if it was a politician there this time. So why am I saying this here? All of this is important because this whole, for the next 4 years, he just getting started, folks. And he's affecting the whole damn planet. God is using one man. The universe is using one man's energy to affect the whole damn planet, whether you like it or not. All right? I'm going to read whether you like it or not again. This planet forces us to confront our shadow self, our tempers and passions, and come out stronger. Once you engage with this temper, this planet, you'll never be the same, which isn't a bad thing. Key phrase, quote, as long as you learn to roll with the punches and embrace personal evolution, it ain't about Trump. He's just a puppet, a universe of the universe of God. To say, okay, I'm going to force you, America, to change, and I'm going to use an ass, a donkey, a convict, a gangster, a Hitler, a fascist to get y'all asses to change one way or another, to get your ass to look at yourself one way or another. It ain't about Trump. Pluto brings things to the surface. Pluto deal with the underworld, the dark side, hidden shit. It's Scorpio energy. 8th house. Not just Google it, Chat GPT or whatever. Astrology, the 12 constellations, the 12 houses. Go and research. Look it up. Type in there. You can type in, what is the most karmic house out of all the 12 houses in the constellation? The most karmic house. It's going to tell you the 8th house, ruled by Pluto. Now, you ain't got to believe me. That's why I'm telling you to go do that. It's a complex house because it's associated with the realm of the underworld, what's hidden. We're getting ready to find out so many dark and hidden secrets about America. And God is going to use these dark, hidden secrets to be revealed by a convict that he's using to mock you with. And I say God, but I know universe, but I say God because why? On this land presently, the energy that's out here is that of the religion of Christianity, which was all made up to control the masses. Whole nother lecture, whole nother story. But listen, folks. So it's associated with the realm of the underworld. All of your dark society groups, anything that's hidden, cover-ups. When I first started talking about cover up 19, y'all call it the lockdown. I have to say cover up 19. When I started talking about this shit in 2017, I was talking about it from a perspective of what was being shown to me based on here. And they blocked me. So now what does Pluto do? Pluto brings things that are hidden to the surface. So now we're going to find out what? I'm using 1 point. What was hidden about cover up 19 lockdown. You finna find out who was running the White House. We're talking about America and God mocking America. And the truth is going to come out by way of a convict, a rapist, a Hitler, a fascist. Just like God used a donkey, an ass, to get Balak, the prophet's attention, God's using, instead of a donkey or an ass, is using a convict, as y'all say, to get your attention. That change is necessary. It's going to happen. Embrace it Ain't shit you can do about it. The realm of the underworld, as well as death, sex, taxes. This is why all this energy is coming out about Shannon Sharp, P. Diddy, and the list goes on and on. But for the next, since last year, for the next 20 years, that's all you're going to be hearing. Now, on a personal level, me and you getting ready to find out shit about people, quote, first, in your family, hiding shit. Friends, hiding shit. Exes, hiding shit. Pluto brings that shit to the surface. You ain't got to be no magician, no warlock, no witch, no practitioner. Pluto gonna make that shit come to the surface. Just like God, universe, spirit sources using a convict, a Hitler, a fascist, a rapist, as y'all call him, to bring shit out to the surface. It ain't just him. It's Pluto. There's a great deal of karmic energy in this house, folks. And we can't ignore the physical aspects of Pluto. Death. Endings. Let me tell you something. If your ass is part of the underworld, the dark side, then Pluto reveal your ass and says, okay, dark side person, you're gonna change. I'm scared. You're gonna go and tell so and so and so and so what the fuck you been doing, or do I have to let you check out of here? Because I can't let you keep doing what you're doing. You can't do a lot of shit, folks, I'm telling you, in this energy, at least for the next 20 years. No. We're in transforming technology. The reason why, I'm going to tell you how Pluto, in the 11th house, that air element, listen. The reason why everybody is pushing, well, not everybody, people about that dollar and technology is pushing AI is because at some point soon, in the near future, I can put in the Wall Street information of all major 500 trading companies and put in their data over the past, say, 50 years. And AI, listen to me, AI, a robot, a beast that we've created as human beings to tap into a technology or energy that's not from this planet, that's higher and more intelligent than the humans. And they put that information in and type it in the AI, and AI says, buy this stock, sell this stock, trade this stock, you're a millionaire. What the fuck you think these here greedy people are going to do behind the scenes? Pluto. This is the age of Aquarius. With a Pluto kicker. Okay. There's going to be an all-out slugfest I don't even want to say the little Civil War type. It's going to be an all-out slugfest in America. When the Civil War existed at first, the biggest thing that they had that could say boom was a cannon. Listen to me. And they damn near killed each other. They killed millions of each other. More people died in the Civil War on this land when Pluto was in the 11th, well, not in the 11th house, but more people died on this land during that Civil War, and all they had was bullets. The biggest boom they had was the cannon. Now they got nukes. They got bombs, AK-47. Some of them have hand grenades. Some of them have all kind of military equipment because why? They're all crooks. The underworld, what you don't know, I know, but what you don't know, you got a lot of military people that they got huge arsenal of weaponry. Some even bombs, these militia groups. So if there's ever again what I call a boom, you can call it civil war, revolution, whatever you want to call it. This time around, more people die because there's more weaponry. Let me read to you again. Pluto also represents a challenge or power struggle, the one who never gives up on an argument. And that's where America is right now. There's a power struggle. And both sides are digging in deep. They're not changing their ground. Trump ain't going to change. Republicans, Democrats ain't going to change. Those are the groups, the underworld. So Pluto said, okay, then, you ain't going to change. Okay, somebody got to give. Power struggle. And if America's not careful, as God, universe, use it as a mockery to force change at the core, the Civil War is going to be like a fight at the park compared to what we're getting ready to go through. Don't overlook the word death in that card. It says death first. And most people don't like to talk about that. You're going to find out one day in the next 20 years that there is no heaven in the sky with mansions where you're going to be going. That's classic Pluto exposing what was hidden, the truth. You're going to find out yesterday or this morning, I think in one of the videos, somebody's about to find out who their real parent is, as well as something was willed to them. And the people that raised them, they was a child, but the people that raised them hid this shit. And there was a house involved or some inheritance. And you get to find out who your parent is. That's Pluto. So again, it forces us to change or something is revealed. And whatever becomes revealed that's hidden, that Pluto has brought to the surface, it's going to force you to change. You're going to see people totally different. When you find out certain shit, regardless of who it is, you're going to see this person or situation different to the point it's going to be like, I'm not even fucking with you no more. You ain't even going to tell them that. You're going to show it to them. Once Pluto, and it will happen now. Because just like Pluto's forcing me to change, you to change, people that you feel have wronged you for whatever reason, they got to be forced to change. And what Pluto does, it brings what? That which is hidden. What is hidden in most times, most cases? The truth, reality. So it comes to the surface. If somebody get caught or somebody cheats on, somebody snitch on somebody, that's the truth coming out. People that you feel have betrayed you and you was tied up in some kind of karmic loop. On the other side, whoever they dealing with, family, friend, or ex, the truth is going to come out. Now everybody's looking at this person like, damn, that's Pluto. Same with Trump. The truth is coming out by a convict. And everybody's going to be looking at the truth and can't deny it and be like, damn. So the only way we was able to find out the truth is from Hitler? The only way we was able to find out from the truth about how the government was screwing us and ripping us off, taking our fucking money, is by way of a convict, a gangster? That's how God of the universe is going to mock America. So a convict is what's going to cause all these here changes that's necessary. Why? Because it says here, Pluto represents transformation and rebirth, not Trump, and will force us to undergo change when necessary, not Trump. He's just a puppet, a convict, according to y'all, a fascist, a rapist, a murderer, a convict. The only president, listen, let me show y'all how God set this shit up. The only president, don't worry, I ain't no Trumpster. The only president that you saw, the whole world saw, a mugshot. So now the world leaders and people around the world that have access to our media is like, damn. So America got a convict here. He got a mugshot. He been convicted 34 times. And he's the president of the free world. That's why they love him. Robin Hood. A donkey. An ass. And they, who goes over here? Listen, they've been telling you, over there in the Middle East, ain't no such thing, but over there in the Middle East, these people hate you, America. They're terrorists, America. But a convict, Hitler, can go over to our enemies in the Middle East and come back with trillions in investment. Y'all don't get what I'm saying. And I don't even, this for trolling here. This for trolling. This for trolling. I'm just saying, God, universe, all power, the only one that can allow something down here to take place, according to your religions, allowed a mugshot, a convict, a Hitler, a fascist to go to your enemy's land. Don't talk about war. Don't talk about fighting bombs. He talking about what? Let's make some money. And a convict comes back to America, goes to the White House, sits back in the Oval Office, and he done got trillions. But the former president that everybody wanted and his counterpart, Kamala Harris, he goes over there. They give him a fist pump and send his ass back home. Say, we ain't getting you no damn oil. We ain't pumping shit. A convict goes over there to our enemy land. And they tell the convict, where you want us to start drilling? When you want us to start pumping? But the one everybody wanted, go over there, fist pump. We ain't getting you shit. Biden left there, didn't get $1. $1. He got a fist pump. Barack took out one of their beloved leaders in Libya, Gaddafi. And them people hold grudges for a long time. He go over there and say, hey, Syria, the enemy, terrorists, we're going to lift the sanctions and we're going to invest in your country so that you can become this beautiful place, blah, blah, blah. Whether he's selling them a dream or not, the damn shit's working. So God, universe again, using a convict to mock America, and gonna use the same convict to allow shit to come out that's been hidden. Why? He's not a politician. He's being used. When a bullet miss your brain, your temper, that much, twice, you could be gone. That's Pluto. Death, almost. That forces you to change. I did a video on when that shit happened. I did a video on Facebook. The bullet that changed the world and saved America. And they took that damn thing down so quick. The shot heard around the world. So that forced him to change. You got to leave this motherfucker. This low vibrational negative ass place we call Earth that y'all asses so love and don't want to leave. You gonna have to leave, elevate your spirit and look down and say, God damn, when you look down like I look down and be like, damn, shit, I'm a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that. I ain't scared of death. I'm not afraid to change. No. I'm not afraid to evolve. Done did the dark night of the soul. I'm good. Y'all better start looking at this situation different. Because for the next 4 years, it's going to get crazy. Real crazy for some. But again, Pluto says it's necessary. And so, this thing we call social media, the beast. AI. To whereas you got people who come here that they can be whoever they want to be. You can be whoever you want to be here. But it's virtual reality, not reality. So when people come here and to meet people, deceive people, to fuck with people, especially people like me, who's trying to share some shit that people don't think about on a daily basis, you're going to be attacked. And I welcome their asses. Because I like to operate from here. That way I know what's going on down here first. There's no other reader on social media that told y'all 3 world leaders, and the first one that was going to die of tragic death, and give you a timeline of 30 days. There's no reader that's telling you 3 world leaders that's going to be, one of the world leaders is going to experience 3 assassination attempts before he gets into office. There's no reader telling you a world leader is getting ready to die a tragic death, and there's no reader on here told you that you're going to have a world leader that's going to resign or be removed from office. I gave you all 3 world leaders. There's no reader on here telling you 3 years in advance, don't take the damn shot. I'm telling you now, prepare for change, evolution, whether you like it or not. For example, if you think that this man that God has allowed to make a mockery of us, make a mockery of America, is going to sit here and let you sit and just keep getting Section 8, I'm just breaking some shit down to you. That shit's not going to change. It's not going to happen. Some people are going to be forced to change because they're going to have to move. That's going to force a lot. A lot of people getting these EBTs and foods. Your ass going to have to, the ones that's going to get it, Trump going to do it totally different. Let's get to the ones that's out here working. Them the ones should have health care. Not the ones sitting on their asses getting health care. Ain't doing shit to contribute. Now you can say you agree or disagree. Regardless, you got a convict in office, and if he changed the law, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Trump has turned his back on Benjamin Netanyahu. He's not letting Israel dictate what the fuck he do. He done turned his back on Putin. He's not letting Putin dictate what he do. But if you look at the media, news media, they'll say Trump loved Putin. Putin was a fucking problem before Trump ever even ran. This country has been having problems long before Trump ever ran, folks. People act like America just started having a problem in 2015 when he came down the damn escalator. Like, oh, guess what? America in trouble. Trump just came down the damn escalator. We're in trouble now. What the fuck was going on before 2015? He told y'all back in the 70s and the 80s and then in the 90s. Even told your sister Oprah, I don't fuck with China. China's our greatest threat. Back in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Now, don't nobody want to listen. Trump, he's down with China. Trump loved Putin. Trump loved this. Trump loved, and he fucking, everybody, excuse my French, but everybody that y'all said this man liked, he done turned his back and gave him the middle finger. Everybody that y'all say America hates, and we should hate these countries because they are an existential threat to humanity. These Arabs, these Muslims, these are the enemies. The convict go over there, do business with the damn enemy, and come back with the bag. I'm down with that. Go gangster, go. Go convict, go. Y'all can say whatever you want. The man said, look, a man can't have a baby. The man said a man can't have a baby. Your God, your Bible, your Torah, your Quran says that a man can't have a baby. I'm down with that. Go convict, go. I'm not a Trumpster. I fuck with Pluto. I'm okay with change. It's when necessary. Just like Pluto said. And right now, it's necessary for America to have change. And God, universe, spirit, source, is using a convict to make a mockery out of America. That's some deep shit. But it's the truth. Go, convict, go. Go, convict, go. I'm going to get a t-shirt. Go, convict, go. Y'all better not steal it either. Pluto going to get you. Oh, shit. Boy, y'all better leave me alone now. Y'all better leave me alone now. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. It don't matter who it matters now who in office, but it don't matter who in office. Not for these next 20 years. Universe calling shot. The universe is forcing the planet to undergo change. You don't want to change? What that card? Hold on. Hold on. Seven is a mini cycle. Hold on. Since y'all like cards. Hold on. It's two cards that forces change. Hold on, but I'm going to show you the one that we've been talking about. Hold on. So that way when you see this card again come out in the spread. Hold on. Give me a second here. Where you at? It's really two. There go one of them right there. Hold on. I want the other one. There you go. If you go in the Bible and you read Revelations, and read about the rider on the black horse. That's all I say. Ride on the black horse. But anyway, that rider is called death. Western civilization tarot, basically out of Milan, Italy. What number is that? Death. Y'all got it? You see it? Go look up 13. But it doesn't say ending to your relationship. It didn't just say an ending to this. No. It didn't say that. This is Pluto energy. It says death. If you don't want to change, when Pluto is forcing you to, for example, Pluto comes to me and says, I'm dealing with the shadow work. And this is not the case, but I'm just giving you an example. Ivory, you know you drink too damn much. All right? You're going to mess around and have cirrhosis of the liver, Ivory. But I refuse to change. At some point in time, I can't win over this energy called Pluto. I can't win over the universe. The universe sent this energy to align with me energetically in my chart somewhere. To bring up to the surface, you need to work on this. Your eating, you need to work on your drinking, you need to work on you need to change, Ivory. If you don't change, Ivory, your ass is going to physically check out of here. Death. Literally. America. You don't want to change? Well, guess what? If you don't change, Pluto going to force you to change it, because Pluto going to say, okay, there is not going to be no more America. Every empire in human history has gone through this ending. And don't you dare think America is exempt, because its origin, its history is karmic on this land. And now it's about to learn a lesson. This is the other card that forces change. The universe, God, spirit, source, is using a conflict to mark America, to force America to do this. Don't look at presidents. Don't look at your religious leader. Don't look at you a Democrat or you're a Republican. Just look at change. Because if I was to be truth to nature, truth to origin, truth to history, the Republican Party is the party of my ancestors of this land. They're the original Republican Party before Abraham Lincoln. There were at least 6 presidents or leaders on this land before George Washington. There was already an established government. 6 at least presidents, you would call, equivalent on this land before George Washington. No, we don't want to know that. So America, guess what? You're being forced to tell. And who is going to do it? A convict. That's why he can stand up now, even then, his first term, and says, look, and publicly, African Americans, if it wasn't for y'all, America would never have been great. My ancestors on this land were Republicans. The Democrats caused this historically on this land for my folk. I'm not saying that Republicans didn't do no. From a political standpoint, they didn't want you to be free. They didn't want you to have the rights to become a citizen. They didn't want you to have, they didn't want that, what was it? The, Dred Scott. They talking about birthrights for illegal immigrants. That was for us, African Americans. And then when Trump tell y'all that publicly, y'all look at him as stupid. See, look at, he trying to be racist. He trying to get more black people. He giving you the truth. Pluto, what was hidden. Birthright citizenship was for us who they came and took over our land and separated our families. And this is the reason why, and caused dysfunctional families through dysfunctional families amongst us by separating us. Democrats. So now God is calling judgment on America and using a convict to set the damn record straight. Don't look at Trump. That's our problem. Listen, all of these gangs, Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, name them, Top Dogs, all of these gangs been around here for decades. Not one goddamn time you seen a Democrat go to a gang-infested area and says, look, release this convict, release this Crip, release this Blood, release this Viceroy, release this GD. Let us go into the facility and see how you are treating these Bloods, these Crips, these Vice Lords. These are some fucking lunatic hypocrites. When did they give a damn? Biden locked our asses up by the masses according to his own crime bill in 1994, 1995. I'll never forget that shit. But remember, I haven't voted since 1984 in college. Trump get back on the scene. All right, I can remember last year. You ain't seen not one goddamn Democrat out here fighting, causing mass issues for your ass. And they had all the power. And a black man named Barack Obama was one of the shot callers, at least one of the shot callers that was calling the shots for Biden. Now, why we know that? Because we know his ass was too old. And when I told everybody, said, look, man, this man ain't running the goddamn, y'all been hearing me talking about this shit. I ain't just started talking about this here now that people want to come out and write books about some shit. Gaslight. You can't gaslight me. You might be able to gaslight black folks that are Democrats, but you can't gaslight me. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm universal. I like Pluto. I don't care. I don't care if God, the universe, use a donkey, a pit bull, a pigeon, Trump, you, Bobo, Lily Mae, Susie B. I don't care who they use. I'm down with this. That's what I'm down with. I'm good. I don't care. A roach, a flea, a tick. I don't care who the universe uses. I don't care who. As long as this here is the end result. I'm straight. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm good. You ain't gonna get this here though. America ain't gonna get this now. Until we go through this. And the icing on the cake, again, God, just like Baylock and the donkey, go look up that story. The universe is using a convict. Somebody that's subject to say any damn thing. My dad, before he passed, he used to love him some Trump. He used to sit in his chair and rock. Man, that some bitch that crazy. He sounds like him. I like that president. Yeah, Pops. He used to say shit like, I fuck with Trump. But serious folks, these next 4 years is going to be crucial. This is the growing pain. This is the change. This is the major change now. That eventually this power struggle. Pluto also represents a challenge or power struggle, one who never gives up. That is going to determine whether this quote unquote American empire rise, sustain, or fall based on what a convict does. I'm done. I'm just playing. I'm done. Because I really could go on and on and on, but that's still a possibility. I don't want to say something and then people take it and run with it. But every opportunity they get. But now, if God protected them twice, 3 strikes, you out. That's why I'm saying it like this. But if they get an opportunity and they kill it, they succeed. That's the end of America. That's the end of America, folks. That's kind of like when God steps in, so to speak. If they kill it. See all the people. If they kill him, and I done already called out 3 world leaders accurately. If they kill him, you can kiss America goodbye. So if you tired of America being America, like I said, the last Civil War, they had bullets, guns, and the biggest boom they had was a cannon. Now you got these militia groups and all these here hidden groups, underworld groups that you don't know about, that's got bombs and weaponry. Then not only that, we ain't just got bullets and cannons no more. And you talking about 350 people, 350 million people. So if they killing, you can just say goodbye, America. It'll be a bloodbath. On this one. Then you got to start all over. Not as America. That's Pluto. So God is using a convict to mock America, reveal some hidden shit, set the record straight, and then if the universe God says, okay, kill him, we're going to allow y'all to take him out. Why? Because the bigger plan is total change in America, starting with a convict. What's going to be scary is to see what he's going to accomplish in 4 years. And then he's gone and can't run no more. And then now you got another person in there, Democrat or Republican. That's the scary part. By 2030, it don't look good in America. 2038, bad year for America. 2038, 2039, 26, 27, 28, all the way from here to 30. Ooh, it don't look good, folks, for America. I'm telling you. In fact, it don't look good for the planet. Ooh. Right now in China, a convict has caused millions of companies to shut down, like COVID, because of tariff. That started with an embargo, because an embargo is like over 100% tariff. He had it up to 145. That's an embargo, like a trade embargo. That means that you can't say a shit over here. Who's going to want to pay 145% tax? And that place, Asia, China, depends on America consumers. Now they couldn't sell shit. They couldn't even bring it over here. You take a country like that with nukes and they people starving, and you got them bagged to a corner, it don't look good, folks. So at some point in time, if China comes to the table, it's only because they people hurt. But they're going to be just like any other country. Karma, motherfucker. And they're going to get revenge. They're going to want revenge. Some form of way. What is one of the ways that I tell people all the time? You take China and Russia and Iran and North Korea, and you back them against a corner. Then they team up. It's going to get ugly. Because why? Pluto also represents what? Death. Not just little endings in your life. My life. It's physical. So God is using a convict to go at the root core of this country and force it to change. Whether you like it or not, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is what you're gonna do right here. As long as you learn to roll with the punches and embrace evolution, when you get that knock at the door, that piece of mail says Section 8, tenant, next month you're on your own. You're going to have to get his landlord this $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. You ain't got it. We ain't paying it no more. In the future, if this man has his way, he would rather put veterans and working people, able-bodied people, in public housing. You ain't going to be staying there and you ain't working. It's going to be working people getting food stamps. You know how they take out Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare out of your check every day of the week for those that work? Trump is going to say, okay, those that's working, we taking out the taxes and shit. I want to cut the damn taxes out because it's really against constitutional law. It was only supposed to be used during wartime. Okay, that's why they like to keep ongoing wars so they can keep charging you taxes. Trump says, no, we're going to end the wars and cut this tax out. So if you work and we take it out, okay, so you're supposed to wait till you 65 years old to collect this here shit? What about your health right now? That shit don't make sense. I'm paying for Medicare and shit for somebody else to get free, but I can't get it and I'm working. And the company you work for don't offer it. That's straight up pimping. So you can see different than what? There you go. You're going to be forced to change. Why? Because God is using a convict to mock us and force us to change. A convict, Hitler. And what's funny is he got a cast of people. Hey. Early on, y'all remember when Elon was trolling the Democrats in mainstream media? He came out and did this. They say he Nazi. Man, you gotta laugh at this shit too. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Man, this shit funny. Man. Black folk went crazy. White folk went crazy for a whole month. He's Hitler. He's a Nazi. Y'all, Barack Obama the one put him up there. Barack Obama the one gave the money for Tesla. Remember the green? Environmentalists. They love the shit out of electric vehicles. More Democrat drive Elon Musk product than anybody. Now he did that. Shit. Oh man. But they didn't want him no more. They didn't want Trump is smart. You remember he used to call Marco Rubio, he used to call him Little Marco. He the Secretary of State. Kennedy, R.F. Kennedy used to talk about him like a dog. He's over Health and Human Services. Heads that didn't even like Trump. He's head over your military. You got a lot of former Democrats. Some that ran for president in the Democratic Party. And they didn't want him. They wanted Hillary. They wanted Biden. They wanted Kamala. They could control them. And then they didn't want these folks no more. Trump said, Senator, I take them. Ain't nothing wrong with them. They was brainwashed. They good people. Trump said they good people. They was just brainwashed. Dude, funny, man. Shout out to Allison Marie Johnson, Alabama. Black lady that Trump has made his prison reform czar, who was serving a life sentence plus 22 years. First time offense under Joe Biden's 94-95 crime bill. He pardoned her and then made her over prison reform czar. So anybody she takes to him to pardon. Folks, let me say something. Say what you want to say. There's things that I don't agree with Trump. But one thing that I did like, as far as Israel, policies on Israel, in terms of, I don't believe that Israel is God's chosen people. And if they are, according to the Bible, God's chosen people, don't y'all know that God rejected them until Jesus comes? So as long as Jesus ain't here, those are some rejected people by their own God. Y'all want me to break that down to y'all again? Go read your book. They God rejected them for killing his son. Reject. I don't fuck with you no more. And we running around here talking about they God's chosen people. Oh, don't touch Israel. We just God's look. They wanderers. They scammers. They're wanderers. Jesus called them vagabonds. Serpents of the devil. Talk bad about the scribes, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and the Sanhedrins. Yours truly went to seminary twice. I got my papers. Y'all over here boo-hooing and crying over a rejected people by their own damn God. I believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, they've been rejected. All of them. Every last one of them. Ain't no such thing as a real Jew. What's a real Jew? The further you get over there in what y'all call the Middle East that never existed years ago, the darker the people get. Let me say that to you again. You're too close to the sun. The further you go to the Middle East that y'all call, and you go back in time, because just like this country was invaded, this is not the original people, the ones that's in power. The same way over there, the original, those people are not the ones that are the original native indigenous people of that land. They were darker. So if there is such a thing as a Jew running around Sinai, the Mediterranean, the Red Sea, all of that was dark. That was ran by Kemet, Egypt, Nubia, Tasseti, Ethiopia. You call Ethiopia. Your Atlantic Ocean used to be called the Ethiopian Ocean up until about 1913, 1911. It wasn't always, and the word Atlantis comes from the people of this land, which is the Anunnaki, the Atlanteans. Thought. Well, on that side, Tahuti. People say, oh, I like your background. Most people don't even know what it means. I don't talk about it, because that's not what I'm here for. But behind me is, that little spot is where my big head be at sometime. But behind me, this is the halls of Amenti. You call it, in religion, you call it Judgment Hall. This is thousands of years before you heard the word Judgment Hall. The halls of Amenti. Now you can get your book and keep reading your book. I'm just telling you, this is older than your book. But that's Judgment Hall. The halls of Amenti. The halls of judgment. You got me? All of this history that's been hidden from you, now that this pope is gone, the new pope is going to be forced. Let me show it to you again. I don't care who you are, who they are. This new pope is going to be forced to show you what's been hidden in them damn Vatican vaults, 5 miles long in Vatican City. Before Pluto leave the 11th house, you'll know. Before Pluto leave the 11th house, you'll know ain't nobody coming back in the sky to get you. Nobody. Before Pluto leave the 11th house, you'll know that Israel is that group of people, scribes, Sadducees, Pharisees, Sanhedrians, a fraud. Fraud. You'll find out that John Nelson Darby, back in the 1830s, introduced to you and Christianity for the first time the rapture. And it had you jokers thinking that somebody coming back to get you in the sky since 1830. Before 1830, they banned that. Before 325 AD, there was no Jesus. Facts. So y'all thinking this is somebody that was there When God created Adam and Eve in the beginning, and he didn't get here to 325 AD. You didn't even know his name, that character's name, until 1611. By a faggot. Let me get out of here. We've been talking an hour 45 minutes. I got some shit to do. Peace. God in the universe is currently making a mockery out of America at its core and forcing America to change. Peace.